Hello everyone, I am Vaneet Chaudhary and I'm doing a Cardiff Metropolitan BBA degree from Universal Business School. So this podcast is a part of my assignment of the Contemporary Business Communications module, and I'll be talking about a very major change that occurred in our society quite a while back, but it impacted every single thing around us. And the change was the internet. Think about it. Our generation uses Facebook, whereas our grandparents only read books. The internet is so popular nowadays that it can be accessed by users of any age and condition. It has enabled millions of people to reconnect with each other against the constant of the distance. But I'd like to shift the focus from a general impact of the internet to a very specific element of the world that was impacted by it, which was the business world. The internet has created an entire business function known as e-commerce or e-business. E-business represents the use of internet and technology to avail their products and services online to reach out to the customers. Most of the companies took great advantage of this and availed their products and services online, whereas other companies suffered to cope up with the technology and failed miserably. So let's talk about some of the business factors that were impacted by the internet. Hey guys, so Mr. Soot had to go for a meeting, but as he talked about the business factors, I'm going to be talking about marketing and collaboration, and my friend here will talk about research. So marketing is the core of any business that they do in today's world, and it is very important for the companies to keep up with the trend, and internet has definitely helped that to a great extent. A lot of companies today upload their surveys and questionnaires on the website itself for the customers to fill, because it is very hard for them to physically reach out to customers and get the best results out of them. So working with professionals and businesses has become a very simple task because of the internet. Internet seminars or webinars have enabled the companies to collaborate with thousands and millions of professionals all over the world, and they've enabled these professionals to make contact with each other, and most of these contacts have led to successful mergers and acquisitions. So research is probably that element of any business that takes the most amount of time and resources. Before the internet was here, it was a very tough job for the businesses to gather information in order for their products to be successful. But now it is just a click away from all the information that you need. It is like gold kept in a glass box. It's just there, but the companies just have to realize it and know how to access it. And research then becomes an extremely easy job for any company to pursue whatever they want to do. I would really want to talk about the social media market as a channel of business communication. And the way it works is, how can you talk about social media alone? We decided that we were going to do this together. Oh my God! You always go to talk about social media, and you were going to talk about business communication. No, so you can talk about 2 points in social media, and then I can talk about the remaining, and then we can conclude together. That's how the team works, right? Let me talk about some points, and then you can talk about the remaining, right? That's how we do it. Okay, come on. Found it. Come on. Thank you. So, you know, most of you might think that social media is a great way of selling products online. Well, that is a way to it, but most of these companies use social media as a channel to connect with the customers rather than selling them the products. Social media is a great platform for the company itself to talk to the customers directly and answer to any queries they might have regarding the product or the service that the company provides. Also, campaigning is a very vital part of this market too, because a lot of consumers don't watch television nowadays, because everything from movies to TV shows is available on the internet. So the online platforms such as Facebook and Instagram, this is where you probably find the most amount of consumers engaging with each other. So what companies have really done, they've taken the most out of it, and they've designed creative campaigns online in order to connect with the customers, which is again really important, as my friend talked about it. And the best part about online campaigns is that you can measure the output. You can see how many comments and how many likes did a campaign get, and how many responses did the company get in that campaign? And apart from campaigning, I think social brand image is a tremendous benefit to any company brought in by social media. For example, when you have a brand image on any of these platforms such as Facebook and Instagram, the consumers start seeing you as a human appearance. They start seeing you as an entity that exists, but it also communicates with the consumers. When that happens, it builds trust between the consumers and the company. A lot of companies these days have realized this fact, and they've allowed their employees, in fact they've encouraged their employees to write articles and blogs about the company that are then posted on these platforms, and then of course read by the consumers, and then what that does is it builds more credibility and definitely works towards the betterment of the relationship between consumers and the company. And the last but not the least, availability. If New York and Vegas are the cities that never sleep, then Facebook and Twitter are the places where your business will never sleep. These two platforms are world's most popular platforms in terms of consumer interactions with companies, where consumers can just drop in a message or a proposal to any of these organizations and businesses and expect a reply in less than an hour. What this does is it gives a message to the consumers that yes, a company or a particular organization is always available for them, and that only builds trust and works towards the betterment of the organization. So we talked about the impact of internet on the world, then the business. So let's narrow it down further and talk about business communication. Communication is an extremely important tool for any business, and it can do wonders and disasters at the same time for any business, which is why professionals these days focus a lot on the communication mode that they have to use for their day-to-day operations. The most basic update that has been brought out by the internet in business communication is the mailing system. Earlier, the traditional companies used to put up a notice board and inform all the employees in the company about any event or meeting that they were planning to have. But now, it is a simple click of a button that sends a mail to thousands of employees. And the best part about the mailing system is that it is economical and it always stays. You can always go back to an email 3 years ago and look at it, and it will exactly be the same. Now, the most critical time in which the business communication game has to be at the optimum level is the unwanted crisis. Most of the businesses have been destroyed because of crisis earlier, and the only reason behind this was the unavailability of various business communication modes before internet. Now, because of the internet, businesses have a lot more efficient ways to deal with crisis situations. And this is what the companies prefer these days, because to be honest, be it a company or an individual, no one trusts the media. Companies have various options such as making an after-crisis video and uploading it on YouTube, where they can explain themselves to the consumers. They also have the opportunity to go on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and talk to their consumers about what went wrong and how it was not their fault. To sum it all up, internet has been a blessing to the world. It has been a blessing to the businesses. It has been a blessing to the business communications happening in those businesses. So guys, this is Vaneet Chaudhary signing off. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please like, subscribe and share this video with your friends and family.